You're not going to believe what this pack of Karmelo Anthony supporters did to this poor white girl in Texas. A group of racists in Texas hunted down a poor white woman and beat her almost to death outside of a bar. She needed staples in her head. They almost broke her neck. She had a black eye, and they chanted "Free Karmelo" the entire time. Apparently, a woman in Texas is recovering from serious injuries after she said a group of women jumped her in a bloody attack. The possible cause for the violent assault? Karmelo Anthony. In a graphic social media post, she said she was approached by a group of strangers as she and a friend were walking back to her car after going out for drinks. Now, we all know if this was a pack of white people running around who had done this to a black person or any other race, there would be a description of who these people were in the story. But there's no description. Kind of weird, right? You would think the police would want to catch these people and maybe be looking for tips on, who they were and, hey, this is what they look like. And if you saw these people at this time, call X, Y, and Z. But no. The attack happened in Longview, Texas, apparently, over the weekend. And the victim wrote in part that she was getting jumped. And while they were jumping her, they were yelling, "Free Karmelo." What are you guys doing out there to keep yourself safe, to keep your family safe and your kids safe when you have all these racists running around? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'd like to hear your ideas. Saying they were going to target the smallest white girl that they could find. I'm sure, their excuses were out here combating racism, but isn't this what's causing all the racism against this certain community out there is activity like this? You claim that you're against racism, but then you attack somebody for their race, even though they had nothing to do with this. They have no problem with, collective guilt. Here's a photo of her here. She's in a neck brace. Her hair's all messed up. You can see she's just some tiny little white chick. We all know Karmelo was convicted of stabbing Austin Metcalf in the heart. I don't know if you guys have seen the photos. If you haven't, I really suggest that you don't go take a look at the wound. It's pretty ghastly, but I'll just explain it to you. It's a 4-inch long hole by 2 inches wide. He carved him like a freaking Thanksgiving turkey, bro. And then, just on Monday, the communist Black Panthers bros, the black identitarians, the black racists, a group together, the Black Avenger Squad are assembling, and they're going to join the fight to appeal his conviction for slaying that kid. Ben Crump is in on it. Big surprise. She said that the attack was unprovoked. Obviously, do any of these people ever need an excuse to actually do something? Quick plug. I need subscribers to help grow this channel. And if you're a subscriber, I'm giving away this free t-shirt. Oh, that's right. We don't have any t-shirts yet because we don't have any subscribers, so we don't have any money. But if you subscribe, you can help us get to the point where we can have t-shirts to give away. And I'll make this pledge once we get up to 30 subscribers. I will give away a free t-shirt. It's going to be dope. Trust me. It will be the freshest t-shirt right out of my drawer. All right. People say white people are racist, but, when you're 1,800% more likely to get attacked by a certain demographic than you are basically almost any other demographic, wouldn't you have some apprehensions? People act like it's just a melanated thing, like, I just don't like the color brown. I hate brown. It's like, dude, wake up, bro. Like, if you go to everywhere you go, you happen to be, people have a problem with you, maybe you're the problem. Maybe it's not everybody else. I mean, have a little bit of inflection, have a self-inflection moment. She wrote in the post that she never said a single word to them, never looked at them, and indicated she didn't know them. Look at this poor woman. Now she's in the hospital with a neck brace. This is obviously a hate crime. Now, this is Texas, so she probably, the attackers probably will get charged with a hate crime if they're caught. The police aren't exactly the best at their job, let's just say, unless they can see the attacker running a certain way or whatever, a lot of times people go free. Now, hopefully these people, probably had a bar tab that they skipped out on. So there's probably some kind of, identification that they can track down, and hopefully justice is served for these people. They spoke to her father, who said she's still very shaken up. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been attacked, but it gives you the PTSD. I know maybe that sounds like, it's so overused, but when you get jumped, somebody attacks you, for weeks, you don't want anybody behind you. You don't trust strangers or anything like that. And you see what they did to this woman. Totally just put her in a neck brace. I got jumped in LA. I beat the piss out of the guy, and I still had like a PTSD from it after. Somebody walked up behind me. It was like kung fu time. But how long is this going to go on for? You know, how long till people in the black community put a call to this? I mean, it seems like never. It seems like by a large margin, they support this, and any black person who is against this gets called a coon or not part of the community. You ain't coming to the cookout, bro. Who wants to go to their cookouts? You're probably going to get shot anyway. So just pure insanity. If you're white, you know, your wife's white, bottom line, get her mace. At least if you're living in Texas, you have even better options than that. Get her trained, and make sure that you know the laws of self-defense, so you don't end up like a Karmelo, taking somebody's life over nothing. But if somebody would have walked up on this woman getting beaten by 4 or 5 individuals at once, it would totally be justified to use lethal force against them, because a group attack like that, as you can see in these photos, is totally capable of causing severe permanent bodily harm to an individual and ending their life, or just severely scarring them or disfiguring them or anything like that. So anyway, keep it safe out there. I'll see you guys on the next video. I noticed you haven't subscribed. What are you, a dirty communist? We're watching you.